Once again, good morning all of you. Morning, and it's nice to see when I came out in the morning, such a fresh weather outside, and I feel a lot of people looking fresh now, having gone back, freshened up and back. I think the right time to get into a very important topic in life, how to ace an interview. Of course, more for the student fraternity when they are looking at attending interviews, but I would say from a corporate perspective also, every call you make to a client is like acing an interview, because it's more like a sales interview you're giving, and you got to convince the other guy that you are the right person to do business with. Okay. So we will now be getting on to how to ace an interview, a very important topic. Of course, I've always been on the other side and taking a lot of interviews, and I do know what candidates go through when they come for an interview. Okay. Today, just to be to give a feedback to many of you, although we go around and do training for people how to handle an interview, how to face an interview, how to ace an interview, but the industry need is become so much that we also do a lot of training to the guys who take the interview, okay? Because they taking the interview also is equally important. Okay. It's not about today in organizations with mass recruitments going on, with people coming into the system. Okay. Every organization also, just to share with you, when they are conducting interviews, they also have a target that they need to take certain number of people into the system. So it is not that they don't have those targets. So that's why the guy who is interviewing also has to go through a lot of training to how to really conduct. Otherwise, many times he may just miss out the right candidate. But here we will look at how to ace an interview in terms of you as a student. Many of you here, I'm saying, how many more years are you going to be out of your college graduating? Yeah? 2 years more. So 2 years means which month are you going to be out? May 2013, 14. Provided you complete the course. Am I right? Yeah, I'm sure that you will surely do, and you will face a lot of interviews. So here we will be going on to, as usual, the content which I always like to share is, the introduction, what interview is all about, how do we face an interview. Okay, the interview nightmares, very important. Today when you go in for an interview, the nightmares which you face while handling the interview or before going into the interview. Okay, the FAQ type and the FAQ inventory. FAQ starts what? Frequently asked questions. I remember Naren also talking that when people go in, there's one question which is very common, tell me something about yourself. And there I find people are not sure what to say. So it's about the FAQ types. Of course, with the amount of competition, you got to be well prepared. So it's very important that you are clear with the best answers. Of course, I'm not going to give you the best answers, but how do you go across preparing those best answers? And along with that, we will look at preparing for the interview, and last but not the least, handling an interview. Okay? Handling an interview, because remember, sometimes when you go, you find people there sitting in front. It could be one person, it can be two persons, it can be multiple person. And today, again, it depends on the person sitting in front. Is he a tech guy or is he a HR guy? I still remember completing my engineering way back in the early 80s. Okay, we never used to have too much of HR interviews those days. You just used to have a technical interview and you were through. I still remember writing a paper, and there was a German company called Hottinger came to our campus. I did it, of course, in GCT Coimbatore, and within a span you knew whether you were selected or not selected. There was only one technical head who came, but today it is not like that. Today it varies from company to company. Some companies have a technical and then have an HR. Some people have an HR and then a technical interview. Like sometimes they say, okay, there also is a little bit of conflict within organizations, because the HR interviews a candidate keeping in mind the attitude of the candidate, and then sends it to the concerned, sees a basic qualification and sends it to the technical person for the second round of interview. And that guy says, you're giving me a guy who doesn't know anything. So that is one conflict going on. The other side, the technical guys select certain people. They send them to the HR, and the HR says, yeah, the guy is technically good, but will not suit our culture. So, I can understand as a candidate, we get caught in between, thrown here and thrown there. That is the reason today a lot of training being done for people on the other side also. I just want to give you this good news that one thing which I always train people on the other side when you go, don't fear them. Okay, they also have targets. They also have a rule to fill in the vacancies. But for example, I'm an HR person. I want to start with that for you to understand the positive side. When you look at the interview, like I saw TCS over here having yesterday and day before, I think you've been having a lot of interviews. So even the HR, okay, don't give the secret out. Huh? Since I work on the other side, I'm aware of these things. Even they have got that target of filling it up. Tomorrow, see, the HR guy also needs appraisal. He needs to be promoted. So he has a KRA. KRA is key result area. So he has got a KRA, or some people call it KPA, key performance areas. They have different names. So what happens? They also have towards the year end, they will be also analyzed. You were given so many requirements from different departments. How soon did you fill up those requirements? Now, if you have not filled them up fast, it's going to go against your KPA. So that is where we try to say, when you are talking about an interview, etc., you may have nightmares, but that is where you need to understand it is nothing to fear. Okay, they also have something which they need to achieve. So I can see now some smiles coming back on the other side. Very true, that's how you should be. But like I said, for that we need to prepare ourselves, which is very, very important. Okay, and of course also when completing an interview, and we say the way you complete, that also is very, very important, and not look like a person who is jumping out of the place or not going out because people are watching you. As a matter of fact, today when you go for a lot of interviews, right from the time you land for the interview till you go, you are completely under a scanner. They are also looking. Today there are a lot of organizations, what they do, they call a person at 11. Okay, let's say you're recruiting a leader or a senior level person. They call him at 11. They make him wait in the reception and call him inside only at 12. And that 1 hour he is being watched. How is he behaving in the reception? How is he able to speak to people over there? Is he a restless character? Now a lot of things get into it. I'm talking practically from the corporate point of view. Even now I know in some organizations where I am in the recruited panel, I do use certain techniques of telling them, okay, why don't you come for the next interview tomorrow? Now I have to see how he handles it. How does he really look at it? So there are a lot of those factors which also goes very strong. And one mantra which has become very strong in the interview world today is hire people with the right attitude, train them on knowledge and skills, which is what has become very common today. Very, very common, where they say hire him for attitude, train him on knowledge and skills. He may have the basic, but still, if he has the basic, we can train him. Because you also know when you study an engineering course or you do a MBA, etc., you study various subjects. But once you are in the world of corporate world, you go to one particular line. Okay, it's not. For example, like I finished my engineering in ECE, and what happened when I came out? Okay, I went into the process control line. And if I look back, I had 48 plus 250 papers in my 4 years. In that, how much did I really utilize? In that, there were two or three papers related to process control, and how much could I really know? But they were just looking at your basics and the way you are going to take it forward. So that is where we need to understand the importance, and of course a very important few do's and don'ts when you are attending an interview, as well as before you go for an interview, and finally we will summarize the whole process. So let's get going. And when you look at the interview, we say everyone wants to make the most of an interview. I'm sure you go for an interview because it's an opportunity to showcase yourself. Okay, and then the key to success in an interview is doing your research, preparing yourself, and behaving. This is where I want you to realize, behaving appropriately. People are looking at your attitude. People are looking at the way you are presenting yourself. I'm not saying you have to become a hero there, but surely very, very important the way you behave during the interview, which goes a long way in when you ace an interview. Like I remember when the other day I was doing work for an organization called TAFE, and I was doing a training for the GETs over there. They were all selected. And when I asked them, are you the guys who were the best in the class? They said, no sir, we were not the best. Then I said, how did you get selected? Okay. Yeah, they cleared the technical, and many of them cleared, but quite a few of them failed in the face-to-face interview. He says, actually they said, we are shocked, sir. There are guys who are better than me in my own class, but they could not make it after the first technical round. It could have been a GD round or it could be a behavioral round. So that's what we are going to look at more clearly. And if you look at the interview nightmares, which goes very strongly, lot of butterflies in the stomach. Okay, I can see her smiling already. Have you gone for any interview? Yeah, it's a lot of butterflies. Yeah, a lot of butterflies in the stomach. What are the butterflies? Oh, I can't handle it. I'm not ready. Sometimes when you see the interviewer, oh my God, he looks tough. Look at the way he's sitting. Or, you know, sometimes we feel I don't have enough knowledge. Like somebody was saying, you know, you see people having a lot of books in the beginning of the class, but then the books are kept college, but it is kept inside and reading is very poor. So I don't have enough knowledge. How do I sit? Okay, that becomes a big question mark. How do I really sit in front of the person? Or they will ask me tough questions. They're going to ask me tough questions. Tell me, do we go through these nightmares? Yes or no? Absolutely. And let me tell you, that's good. That's very good. Because I always come from a school of thought, when you have this nightmare, it builds in that extra fear in you. I'm not saying you're going to live with it, but it helps you to start preparing better. Okay? Today maybe I'm here and I have done a program, more than 2,000 days of training, like I said, but when I knew I had to come here for a conclave and I got to make a presentation and I got to speak, I also had nightmares. Okay? It's not that, but that is a strength which we tend to utilize. So if you are having nightmares, because even today, even the other day I was in a college, let me not name it, with one organization for a recruitment, and when I was asking one guy, you know, certain questions, he was just unaware of a lot of things. I asked him, why did you come for interview? Sir, friends were going, so I also came. Friends were going, I also came. So I said, are you not worried that you may not be able to make it in the interview? No, sir, I was not worried, sir. It is okay. If not, I'll go for the next interview. That is the way he talks. You know, and do you think such a person will be taken? Very, very difficult to take that person. So when you are having this type of nightmare, I'm not saying you're going to live with it, we'll come to it, but these butterflies are fine. It only makes you realize that you're a serious person. And it's only then, you know, I always say, it is only when that internal fear comes, the internal thrust comes, then you realize what you're supposed to do. Like people say, we learn a lot once we fail. Once we fail, we learn a lot from that and learn from your mistakes. But I would say it's the fear which should make you learn. So if you're having these butterflies, I don't have a way to tell you not to have it, because that's not a bad sign at all, because you never know. And that shows you the passion you have to get that job, or you want to attend that interview with so much of king. But of course, can't live with those butterflies. You can't live with those butterflies. It will be there. Let's be practical. Theoretically, you can talk a lot of things. Don't feel nervous. Don't feel this. Don't feel that. It's not possible. 20 years, I think I've introduced more than 2,000, 5,000 people across. It's not possible. You will have those type of nightmares, which helps you to start thinking. So when you look at it, okay, this is where I want to say, you may have this nightmare, but what you need to remember is, always we say, you cannot spell success without you. If you take the you and put it back over here, I hope you understand, it is you who is going to make the success, not the interviewer. So the way you are going to handle it is going to be very, very important. And that success lies in your hand. Like you will be seeing, how much different can I as an interviewer ask you? Yeah? What different can I ask you? It's all standard, which is what we are going to see. So if you are prepared in those areas, I don't think anybody can stop you from becoming successful. So that's what we try to say. You need to be confident, and let's ace the interview. So are we all ready for the interview? Yeah? Sure? Butterflies in the stomach? Yeah? Good. So now let's look at preparing ourselves for the interview. And that's what we say. Prepare yourself, number one. Do a little bit of research. I'll come to this one by one, and you need to behave appropriately. These are the things I was talking about. It's about preparing yourself, It's about doing a research. I'll also tell you what's the research you're supposed to do, and you need to behave appropriately. So when you talk about preparing yourself, what are we trying to say? Is you start with preparing FAQs. FAQs are frequently asked questions. Unfortunately, even today, I find if you guys have entered it, how many of us have prepared FAQs? Very few. Very few people. Look at it yourself. Think yourself. You're going for an interview. It's a job which is your next or the final aim in your life, and then you work and grow, and you don't even have the FAQs with you. No, because when you ask a question, you're very clear the guy is not at all prepared. I'll tell you why. The reason is because we are getting so many butterflies, so we start feeling, let's go and see what's going to happen. Or the fact is, yeah, what they are going to ask, I don't know. That's foolish. Like I told you, the guy interviewing you is not a guy from the sky. He's a human being like you and me. Okay, he also has a target to fulfill. And not that he can ask questions out of the box from here and there. He also has the same standard questions which he needs to put it across and see how you're going to handle it. So we need to look at the FAQs. But the FAQs today, like I said, today with the way the interview processes are going, a lot of scrutiny is happening. The interview processes are getting longer and longer. So the FAQs are also increasing. That's the change I find now. The number of FAQs are going more and more, because like I said, companies trying to make doubly sure that I've got the right person. So that's why it's a little bit more than before. So when you look at the FAQs, what are we trying to say? We will look at the types. Okay? It's not just preparing those 1 or 2 FAQs. Tell me something about yourself. Why do you want this job? Okay, that's not the way you look at it. You got to look at FAQs in different types. One is the behavioral questions. Okay, when I say FAQs, the behavioral questions. What could be the behavioral questions? I'll come to that one by one. Okay, then we also have certain job questions. Questions with respect to the job. Today, if I've gone to an organization, there are going to be questions with respect to the job. Then you could have questions on the company. Company questions. Okay. Just imagine, I go for an interview, and one question asked to me, what do you know about my company? Sir, very good company, sir. I heard it is a very big company. It is a software company. Looks like as if you have done a great R&D. That don't I also know? What? There's so many more things to do. And that's where we miss it out. What does it show? It doesn't show your intent in the job. I'm not really worried whether you say it right or wrong. But what have you done before coming here? So there are some company questions. And not that today we are all, suddenly put into a lake and told to swim. Right? I don't think you can swim. But you are told there is going to be a interview. You know it's going to happen. And today for all of us, even if you don't know swimming, there's a tube available. And tube is the knowledge. Tube is the internet, where all the data can be got. So the importance of preparing ourselves with company questions and of course future questions. Because every organization today is recruiting for the future. Okay? They are looking at people who will stay with them for a longer period. Now, these are small things they do expect. Not that by you saying yes, it is going to work, but they do have future questions too. So if you look at what I'm trying to put, of course there are many more such things. I've just taken a few key ones. One is the behavioral questions. The second we said was the job questions. Third is the company questions. And fourth is the few. So which of the 4 you feel is important? Come on, which of the 4 is important? Company questions. So are you trying to say behavioral questions are not important? But what? Okay, let's, I know a few of you. So I've given you a behavioral questions. Okay, let's take it this way. Can we make this one as, let's put your hand up. Can you put your hand up, those of you here? Yeah. So these are 5 fingers. So let's say this is the behavioral question. Okay, this is the job questions. This is the company questions. And this is the future question. And let's say one more general questions. These are the 5 questions, okay, which are there. And now when I asked you which is important, what did she say? She said, I think company questions. Okay, I will not. Now what happens? When you go for a job, you need to be powerful. Yeah, you got to get the job done. So when you see the power, close your hands, come on. Close your hands. Do you see the power in your hand? Are you feeling the power to punch and be successful? Yeah? Okay. Now let's say, now open your hand again. Come on. Now let's say she says, sir, behavioral question not very important. Okay? Behavioral not important. Now try to close your hand. Come on. Are you able to close it? No. Okay. Behavioral is important. Job questions, to some extent not important. Now let's keep this finger out. Can you try to close? Are you getting the power? Now let's not do it anymore. Right? So what does it tell us? Which questions are important? This is the mistake most of the people make. We prepare ourselves, but not on all the areas. You never know which can go against you. So which finger is important here? Which question is important? All the five. Okay, so that's what we need to understand. That's why I've highlighted this point, saying that it's not just about the, like I said, you have the technical, you have the HR interview and other interviews, rounds, group discussions. So everything is being looked into. So when I talk about FAQ, okay, like I said, one more thing coming out, preparation of FAQ. So when we talk of behavioral questions, just a few standard questions, what I say, and that's what I would expect you all to do once you go back, work on these questions, take the help of others, prepare yourself, you know. You need to prepare yourself, and that's what we say, okay, tell me something about yourself. Okay, very common question. Tell me something about yourself. Then you have people asking you just a few examples. See, it's not about the FAQ. I'm only trying to highlight to you the fact that if I'm not going to prepare myself here, don't go. It's like going for a war with a gun without bullet. What's the use here? Do you have a chance of winning? Impossible. Impossible. Possible. You may say, I'm smart, I'm this, that, but you can't. The other guy has got bullet. How are you going to? Maybe you may survive for some time, but long run you're not going to be successful. So you need to look at it. Tell me something about yourself, or what are your strengths. I think you did an exercise, and I remember one of the speakers had asked you to write down your strengths and weaknesses, which is important. What are your weaknesses? Okay, nothing wrong in telling it. It's nothing wrong. Just by your weakness doesn't mean he's going to say you are weak. You should understand, why is the guy asking a question? Tell me, what is the interviewer got to do by knowing your strengths and weaknesses? So interview will do it. He's got a job here to give. That you have to go here. Huh? Absolutely. Just seeing how you are. What are you? Whether you can handle it. Absolutely right. The weakness is, when I ask you what's the weakness, doesn't mean I don't know. Maybe I have a weakness where I have a lack of concentration, whatever it is. I'll come to that, how to answer later. Okay, we'll come to that. So, but you need to be prepared. What is your weakness? He's thinking. What is your strength? Sir, I think, you think only. He will also think. Matter over. Not able to say. So, we need to look at what are your weaknesses, what motivates you, what are you passionate about. I'm not saying all will come, but I would say you need to be prepared with all the bullets. You got a gun with all the 6 bullets, let's put it across, and who's your role model and why? Basically trying to look at you as a person, what's your nature. That's how they make a little bit of judgment about you. But more important is the way you're going to answer is what they are looking at. And are you a team player? Tell me, when a person is asking this question, does he expect you to say no? But then why is he asking? He's just seeing the way you are going to respond. That's it. You know, and that's where it goes to say you need to be prepared. So apart from this, like I said, list, prepare. You see, there's a lot of work to do. You must, all of you, go and prepare this for yourself. Then maybe discuss it with a few people, see it's right or wrong, check with a few of your seniors, check with people you know in the industry where you can get these things going. Then we have what we call as the job FAQ. When you look at the job FAQ, very important, like we said, also important, you know, why did you apply for this job? Sir, I saw ad, that is why I applied. Why did you come for this interview? Sir, company told, I came. They told there is interview, I came. Nice, yeah, very good. So it's okay, good, you came, have a morning walk, go back, no problem. Okay, why did you apply for? If you have done a research, you can say, why have you applied for this job? Or what interests you about this job? Of course, we'll also come to it when you do the company, you can do this also. what interests you about this job, okay, why do you want this job? You see the questions, okay, very tricky questions. It's all very tricky, very difficult. But what is it that they're expecting? Why do you want this job? When I come to the suggested answers, we'll come to this. What do you want in this job? Okay, why do you want this job? You can't say, sir, I need a job to start earning money. That everybody knows. Okay, that's where whether you understood the company, what you got to say makes a lot of difference. And what is required for this job? What are the skills required? Are you aware of it? Okay, for that, if you have done the company FAQs well, these are things you could have gone. Why do you need this? Or what is, or suppose you're applying in a, see this is for people already in the job, also very important. When they are going for a quality customer service job, what is quality customer service? If you're not able to answer that, who will take you? Okay. When you go for a sales job, so what do you understand about sales? Okay. What's the difference between sales and marketing? Basic questions are asked. And the guy is just wondering what to answer. Sir, sales is sales, marketing is marketing. That I also know. What is the difference? Oh, sir, this, that, something or that. I'm not saying, you are going, like the other day I still remember I was conducting an interview in a particular organization, and that person had applied for an optometrist job. It was a optical shop, and he was applying for an optometrist job. So I just asked him only question, tell me, as an optometrist, what are the things which are required? You feel. Okay, and how can you ensure that you give the best service to the customer? Because you are handling customer, we expect you to handle the customer well. He says, I will test their eye and give them prescription. That I also know. But how will you ensure good customer service? He has no answer. Simple things, I need to smile, I need to make them comfortable, it's not there. Because he is not prepared for it. And what is testing? For example, if you're going for a testing job, what is testing all about? Let's say you're in the electronics department, you're applying for a job for testing in one of the organization, what is it? So that is where you need to understand what is it. Like for example, TCS has come yesterday. Okay, I'm sure they have different departments, different divisions, which has certain applications. So which division has it come for? Which department are they looking at them? There could be a possibility to find it out, for which you need to know what are the job requirements, okay? And why should we hire you for this job? Why should I hire you? So if I know that this company has come, they are doing some projects which has got to do with Java. So you can say, I'm good in Java, so that's why you should hire me. See, these are very small things, very small things. But unfortunately, 25 years career, I find 80% people don't plan all this. It's not a big job, a small job which we need to. Then only you can ace the interview. I say you need to be the ace. That's what I always tell people. Okay, similarly, we have certain company FAQ, very simple. What do you know about a company? Sir, I know it is a big company. It is a software company. Oh my God, what a revelation. My God, thanks a lot. You seem to be very intelligent. Just imagine, if yesterday TCS came, TCS and, sir, I understand TCS as an organization was established in so and so year. It has got so many directors. I understand TCS has got so many offices and so many employees. Imagine if I answer that. How would you as an interviewer look at me? Have I at least moved one step ahead? That's all. I'm not saying you can go too much in detail, but you have no idea at all about it. Okay, and can we get all these informations? It's all there. It's all there. Today, information is there everywhere. Okay, or why do you want to work here? Okay, maybe you can say, that is where a little bit of understanding of a senior. A lot of work has to go in. I have a senior who has already joined 2 years. He said it's a lovely work environment. Immediately they'll ask you, who's that senior? Then you say, Mr. So-and-so. So automatically they'll say, I will ask him. So your job becomes a little more things. So you got to learn how to do these small things. Okay, what can you do for our company? Or what do you know about this industry? For example, if you are going into a particular industry, what do you know about our industry? If you're in a manufacturing industry, or you're going into a software industry, or you're going to an IT related industry, what do you know about telecom? What do you know about our industry? So tomorrow, let's say you are looking at a job in Airtel. Okay, what do I know about the telecom industry? It doesn't take long. They will ask you this question. They will ask you what you know about organization, what do you know about the industry. So if you're able to say, I understand that telecom is growing in India. Now don't talk about the 2G scam and all that stuff. Okay, 2G, and I understand that it is growing at a rate of 30% or 20% or whatever. So what happens? You are securing your system. And of course, how long will you work in this company? Said, till you keep me, I'll work. All depends. No chance. Okay. Just some basic questions, positive questions. Are you qualified for this job? Okay, so this is also something. So if I've understood the job requirement, the job profile, etc., so you are little bit prepared. If you look at it, these are not big things, small things for you to ace an interview. Okay, a list of around 7-8 questions is what I would say, but in each area, very important, each area, not only in the one area, not only on the technical side, which also we need to do. And of course, we also have future FAQs. This has become very common now. People are looking, will you be there for a long run? What are your goals for the next 5 years? How do you foresee yourself? How do you see yourself in the next 5 years? What are your goals? Whether you have goal or no, start preparing it. Okay, what is your salary expectations? Okay, what is your salary expectations? So if I have understood the industry, and I have understood the job profile, I've spoken to people, I know what to say. Many people don't realize they're given wrong information. You know people there, what is the rough salary is getting. If you do a small study in the internet, it clearly tells you what are the available. So if you are able to say in that line, it makes a lot of difference. And what are you looking for in your next job? So if you notice, these are all future questions, okay? And finally, they will also ask you one thing, which is very common now. Do you have any questions? No, sir. When am I getting the job? They are seeing your maturity. So when a guy is asking, do you have any questions? What do I say? Yeah, sure. I just like to know what would be my profile, what would be my role. You can go through. There are a lot of materials available for all this. What should be the FAQs? Please go through all that. Prepare yourself. Okay? And these are standard. Remember, the guy opposite is a human being like you or me. Nothing that you have to give him some magic words or you have to talk like one great guy. The normal guy, what I need to put it. And most of the time you will find the guy opposite could have joined just 1 month before you. You never know. Over there. So you have to look at this FAQ. What will you do if you don't get this position? Okay, just trying to see, what does he try to say? Okay, so like this we have a lot of FAQs. Okay, but for FAQ preparation is the key. For that, what I say, make a list of FAQs. I've already given you a list like this. Make a list of FAQs in all the areas. Okay, prepare the best answers. Okay, I cannot tell you your strengths and weaknesses, but for certain general, there are people available. There are a lot of information available. Prepare your best answers. You must prepare your own best answer. Doesn't matter. Okay, prepare your own best answers. Keep it short and simple. In simple words, kiss it. Kiss your interviewer. That's what we say. Kiss it. Keep it short and simple. Don't have to go too much in detail because he really is not looking at the information. He has everything in the resume. He has everything in the resume. Take help from experienced people. Talk to people who are experienced. They will give you information. Or best is talk to your own senior who's in the same institute or over there. That could give you a lot of information. He will clearly tell you what could be the best possible answers. So prepare the best possible answers from your own end and practice the answer. Practice it. Nothing wrong. Practice it by maybe recording it. Stand in front of a mirror and say it. But close the door when you're doing it. Otherwise, how they will think something else. You're talking to the mirror, but do it. Okay, because remember, it's something very important, getting the job. And like I said, record and analyze. If you can record, today we have this, I don't mean to do video recording. You have your own, somebody said, no, in the negotiation, they're going to buy a smartphone. So you can always record it over there. So record and analyze. Okay, when it comes to these points, what we say, rehearse, rehearse, rehearse. Okay, you have to keep rehearsing it. Keep practicing it, and every interview you go, the job questions, company questions could be different. So I have to rehearse it and I have to practice it. I suggest even 2 close friends can do it with each other. That's a nice way to do it if you feel you cannot do it on your own. Okay, so in terms of the best answers, a few guidelines is what I would like to give you. When it comes to the best answers, just a few guidelines. What are they? Should be the truth. Okay, don't build wrong information. Should always be the truth, what you feel. Like I told you, there is no right or wrong answer. No right or wrong answer. Should be the truth about yourself, what you feel. Okay, should have elements of research done. So if you have done some research, those elements can be added. Okay, you have understood of the job, you have understood about the company. So bring in those elements, sit down and prepare. You should have your set of FAQs for every interview. Okay, maybe the behaviorals could be common. Should have elements of research done, should have the correct data. Always ensure you have the correct data which is filled into the system, and should be crisp, that's what I said, and to the point. People don't have time to listen too much. Okay, they should be crisp and to the point, and last but not the least, should have a positive intent. Now here I would like to spend some time. What do I mean by positive intent? When you say it should show, for example, when somebody asks you, what are your weaknesses? Okay, the best way to put it across is, instead of saying weakness, the area I need to improve are. Okay, now when you use the word, the area I need to improve, what does it say? Yeah, but how are you projecting it? A positive intent. Okay, okay. How long will you be with us? How long do you plan in an organization? Now can you give it in a positive intent? Be true. How could you convert it into a positive intent? Sir? Yeah. Given an opportunity, I would like to live. I would like to be here for a long period, depending on my responsibility and growth. That's it. Given an opportunity, I would like to be here for a longer, don't say 5 years, for a long period, keeping in mind my learning, if I'm able to learn well, and if I'm able to grow, surely sir, I would like to, because I'm going to put in my best effort. You get what I'm saying? What are your salary expectations? Anybody, come on, give me an answer. What's your salary expectation? Now look at it, positive intent, very important. Yeah. I'm sure, sir, you'll offer me the best as per your norms and policies. That's it. I'm sure you have something which is there, which would be the best, which I would be getting. That's it. And what happens is all trying to say. Now somebody will ask you, how soon can you join? Yeah, sir, I need 2 months' time. I have to go home, live with my father, my mother, my grandmother, all that. No. Yeah, I would love to join at the earliest. And when would you like me to join? Then when he says, then you can negotiate. But always show the positive intent. That is what is very, very important, your answers. And it should be truthful. So what should you say if somebody asks you, what are your weaknesses? I have to improve in the area of improving my concentration. I somewhere feel maybe I need to be a better team. There's no right or wrong, okay? There's no right or wrong about it. And not that he's got a list with him, this is right, this is wrong. He doesn't have any. He's a human being sitting in front of you. And he's also got his goal sitting, boss, I need to select. So very important that I put it across in the right way. So show positive intent, and of course, should show your willingness always to join the organization. Please don't make excuses. No, I need 1 month time, I need 2 months time. You can do all that later, you can negotiate. As a matter of fact, for them to go and send the offer letter itself will take 1 month or 2 months. But when you make those statements, it shows, that you're not really serious of the job. Okay? So when it's, let's say you are in your last semester and the semesters, the interviews happened in April and the semesters are getting over in May. So what would you say? See, easy. Well, come on, yeah. What would you say? When would you be able to join us? Absolutely. As soon as completing my course, I would be happy to join. No, sir, I have been living out of town I am actually from Bihar. Now I have come here, so I want to go back 2 months. Don't start. Later on, you can negotiate. Yeah, don't bother. At that moment, the positive intent talks about your quality. Okay, have I made myself clear to all of you? Right. So quickly, if you look at a few more points, preparing for interview. Okay, dress your best, simple, formal, as far as possible. Dressing and wear at least a tie. Of course, men, we say at least wear a tie. It goes a long way. People are watching you. Okay, ladies, of course, simple dress, churidar or whatever. Simple enough. But what is very, very important is Tone down the accessories. Avoid excess jewelry, nose and ear piercing, tattoos, bracelet, all is fine. But let it not be very, very visible. Whatever you say in our country, I'm talking about India, we may talk about big companies, but finally we are still the traditional organization. Let me tell that very seriously. So we're still the traditional organization. There could be one Google who doesn't believe in uniform and who doesn't believe in timings, and they have, I understand, a room to sleep and all that stuff, but that's only one Google. And there are millions and millions of other companies. They would not like to see those type of things. They would like to see people who are the right way. And when it comes to the next, study the company. This is what I'm just summarizing in a step. Study the company, internet or friend or known source. Use information to prepare your FAQ. Don't walk into any interview without an FAQ. Don't just go for it. Take that extra. It doesn't mean it's going to take 5 years or 10 years or 1 hour or 2 hours. It can be done in maybe a few minutes if you sit patiently. Study the job requirements. What are the expectations? What are the skills required? What is the job profile? For that, try to find out which department, which division, what they are expecting. For example, TVS has come for a recruitment. You will be knowing they have come for which division. What are they looking at? Are they looking at it for their plant, or are they looking at it for the sales marketing division? What are they looking at? So all that will help you to understand what are the job requirements, so that you can say those points with more clarity. Okay, and of course we say plan for the typical questions. That is where the FAQ preparation, inventories and answers, which are very, very important, and rehearse, record or practice in the front of a mirror. Or like I said, if not, when you do it in front of a mirror, close the door. Be careful, otherwise mother or father will be thinking, isko kuch ho gaya hai. So don't, be careful about that. They should not feel like that. Okay, a few more points to this, and very important, this also, travel plan. Know the distance and method of travel. I found a lot of people also are coming late. When you come late, you're giving a bad impression. Doesn't look nice. So sometimes in your city, you're not aware. I have found some people, when I talk to them, I really take them, when I found that few people came late and I asked him, how come you are on time? He says, sir, I came here yesterday and saw. He has traveled one day before, seen the organization and gone back. So you can imagine what could be his position when I'm going to interview such a candidate. Small things make the difference. I always say in interview, it's like a BMW car you want to climb on. Let's say you have a BMW car, fantastic engine, fantastic look, fantastic color, solid power, superb. But what happens if one of the nuts of the wheel is loose? What will happen to the car? 40 lakh, 50 lakh, one of the nut of the car wheel is loose. It will start wobbling. That's what interview is all about. That's why the FAQs, all questions are equally important. Rehearsing and preparing, very, very important. Travel plan, yes. Because the traffic, we cannot say, okay, college, you're having campus interview, that's different. Even that you need to be there. You know, if it's 9, you come on 9, not enter at 9:30. People are watching you. People are watching and noting these things. There is a set of HR guys standing out and saying, who are the guys who came late? These small, small things, we miss the boat. It's like a small nut which we talk about. Okay. So quickly, if we look at the few more things, okay, handling an interview, review your resume. Yeah, review your resume. Many times what happens, we make a lot of changes in our resume. Okay, and the guy will be having the resume in front of him. So he may be asking questions from that just to check the authenticity of the resume. So always review your resume, because data should not mismatch. Data should not mismatch. Be careful. You could have upgraded something, you could have changed something. People do all that. You may sometimes do that based on the organization. Okay, reach before time, enter confidently, shake hands. Nothing wrong in shaking hand with the person if possible, but don't go and do divis on the opposite side too far. Introduce yourself, take permission to sit, and always sit erect. The person should see you in the right atmosphere. So always you need to sit erect, which is important. But while doing that, don't forget that during the interview, speak articulately, use proper etiquette. This is what I said, being positive, very, very important. While doing that, switch off your mobile. All of us today, I told you, we cannot live without the mobile. Okay, now what happens if you forget the mobile at home? You go back. But if you forget your wife, you go forward. Now I can say it loudly, my wife is not here. Okay, so switch off your mobile, smile, keep eye contact. But I have given one last point. What is that? Can one of you read that out loudly? So what does it mean, lighthouse approach? Looking up, huh? Yes, sir. What my weakness is, hey, how you can look up? Lighthouse approach. You know the lighthouse goes round and round. I'm not telling you to go round there, but you, when you have multiple people, take the question from one person but answer everybody. Like a lighthouse, you need to move. Don't get stuck with one person. Then the others will feel disrespected. Others will feel disrespected. And that's where you take a lighthouse approach. Okay? That is what is meant by lighthouse. Because many people ask, what do I do if I have multiple? That's why I've included, if I have multiple people. Yeah, you will have. Today you may have 2, 3 people and there could be one person answering. And one benefit is when you take a question from one and answer everybody, okay, that person will after that little keep quiet. Otherwise he'll go on asking you one question after that and we get stuck into that interview. Then it becomes a battle. You have to be smart. So you take the question, answer everybody, then somebody else will ask, and so the process goes more easier, or he digs into the whole system. So finally, the last part which I thought I'll complete before I go is have an open posture, listen well, clarify understanding before answering. Okay, if there's a question not clear, please ask it. Don't answer without knowing. Nothing wrong. They will never mind if you ask a question you don't understand. Be true, be honest, speak to express and not to impress. And of course, you also need to ensure the last one, completing interview, rearrange the papers. You got all the papers in front of you, rearrange it. No hurry burry. Somebody says interview over, dhap, we get up, everything falls. Don't be like that. No hurry. Rearrange your papers. Get up slowly. Get up slowly. Nothing wrong. It all shows your trigger. Shake hands. Thank the interviewer. And if you notice what I put, follow up after interview. People like it. Nothing wrong. You have the details, you can call. These are small things. You know, we will send you, they gave you the number. Give a call, ma'am, I had an interview, what happened? I thought I will just check with you. When you do that, it makes people feel, yeah, he's got a positive intent. Small thing, but a huge impact. Follow up after an interview. Send a thank you note if possible. If you've got the detail, the person gives you a card. Send a thank you note so that you register stronger into the mind of the other person. And last but not the least, review it if it was the best. Maybe there could be, you could have done a little more better, right? So I'm sure if we work on all these points, okay, so which is more important, preparing for interview, handling an interview, or completing an interview? All the three. Why? Because all are important. So you have to keep that in mind, and that's where you need to prepare yourself. So with this, I want to wish all of you best of luck. Just remember these words of mine. The guy opposite is not a devil. Okay? He is a human being like you and me. He has a target. Like you have a target to get the job, he has a target to give the job. But just because he had a lot of option, he is a little more tougher. But I don't know what other questions he can ask you. I don't think he can ask you any other questions. And you need to be prepared about it, right? So thank you all very much and wish you best of luck. Thanks a lot. People and sitting erect, looking at the person and speaking. And I told you positive intent, the area I need to improve by answering with the right tone. For example, let's take it. Tell me something about yourself. Come on. Slowly. I'm no. Yes. So why did you choose SRM? Yeah. Why did you choose SRM? Why don't you sit down and do it? Looks more natural. You don't stand or face an interview. Yeah. Sit erect. You don't have to bend down. That's it. Yeah. Doesn't mean that you should do this. Be straight. Yeah. Why did you join SRM? Build up your career. Yeah, something better you can talk. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Sir, SRM as an institute, MBA is quite well known. Something like that. Something more. That makes positive intent. Little more depth, question, answer with research will make it positive. Don't use words like good day, very good day. Yeah, that doesn't make real sense to the person. Clear? Right, so thank you all very much. Oh, one more question, I think very important. You're facing some interview soon. Prakash will kill me. Prakash, 1 minute more. The next speaker has to be little, don't worry, next topic of mine, I'll go low. Use your mic, yeah. Tell me. Be happy you are having the interview. I will not like if you use words like harassed. You're not harassed. That's what like. Once you get into corporate world, you will face worse than this. Today I know clients who call me at 9 o'clock, 9:30. I go sit 9:30, he meets me at 6 in the evening. No harass. It's an opportunity. You get my point? Maybe that time you practice your FAQs. You meet some people who have already attended earlier. Ask them what was being asked. Prepare yourself. Don't take it in the negative sense. Isn't it? That's what you should understand. And no using words like harassed and all. Right? Be happy that they are called you for an interview. They could have always said, over, now you guys go. You know, something better than nothing. Right? So that will happen, interview. Please understand. I told you in the beginning, you got to be on time. You know, if the interview is 11, you have to be there 11. They may call you 12, 1, 2, 3. I don't know when they will call you. That's the whole thing. And the other guy is not doing it purposely. Yeah. What do you feel? The guy sitting over there has been eating biryani, is it? Is it? Why has he called you at 5? Tell me. Why has he called you at 5? What could have happened? So what can I do? Either one thing you do, you send all the people somewhere else and you go front. Can't do that, no? So that is the whole. Yeah, prepare your FAQs, practice it. That's all you can do. Okay, and maybe people coming, talk to them, find out. That moment if you can contact somebody, contact. Those are things you can do. Clear? Right. Oh, one more. I don't have time. Yeah.
If a candidate doesn't get selected in an interview, can he ask for feedback?
Absolutely. Why not? You can surely ask what is the point. But we don't know. Not many companies would give it. But you can surely ask politely. Nothing. The concerned person, HR person. Ma'am, I attended. I just want to know. I'll tell you, doing that, you may get the job also. I'm telling you, it happens. It happens. When I find a lot of people I rejected, they call me. Personally, I look at them once again. This is where you need to understand. Nothing wrong. Follow up after the interview. Even if you rejected, I just want to know why. So they will tell you. So that could help you to improve in the next phase. Okay? Right. Thank you very much. And don't worry, I told you interview is not a big thing. It's a simple thing. The guy opposite also has to take you. Yeah, go for it with the right preparation. Okay? All the best. Thank you very much.